Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Hogarth's Global Astrology. Know your planets, know yourself. And this is the next, the next installment. I'm so used to saying HoGaLe's, but I suppose we would be
HoGaLe's.
Hoda. What's it? Hoda. Hodga. Anyways, so as you see, we are very pleased to have Deann from Deann Sheild, Maiden Tarot is back with us. Lena is having a little family Christmas thing, early family Christmas thing, and Deann has kindly stepped in at the last minute to join us this evening. So we are the power of three as usual. Many of you are in the chat. But before we begin, I want to ask, let's go this way. I want to ask Lady G where she's at. Tell us.
I am in California at Chumash Lake at the moment.
Wow.
Wonderful. And can we have a little look of the new place, or you want to keep your camera? Still.
Yeah, this is the Prius. I got a Prius, and the puppies are chilling. There's Lily's over there. Here's Mickey, and then there's Miss Lily. And you can see my refrigerator, and then I have a fry pan that I cook on. So everything I do here, and I'm doing the carnivore caravan. And my meat stays frozen in there.
So you're like a gypsy. You getting to travel in your car with that's kind of cool. If I was single and stuff, I'd probably do the same thing.
It's actually okay. It's actually pretty comfortable. I can set the temperature in here, and it runs all night, and it stays in the temperature that you want it. So it's all good.
Fabulous.
I even have a toilet here. I have
you get to see a lot of places, don't you, doing that? You get to see a lot more places doing that, traveling like that.
Exactly. Absolutely. Well, I love my road trek at 15 miles per gallon on a good day, and this gets 40, 43, wow. 44.
Much better. Much better.
Yeah.
And before I share some news, Deann, can you tell us a little bit about your kind of supernatural experience that you shared with us off camera? But would you mind sharing with the audience?
Yeah, you guys, I have not been to bed all night because my little dog Sadie was sitting on my lap. She sleeps with us, I know we spoil her, but she was sitting and she was on my lap and she's woof. Woof, and she kept staring at the foot of the bed and she wouldn't stop, and she stiffed and she was protecting me. And I kept saying, "What's wrong, Sadie? Lay down." And she would not. She was like this. And so I had a friend of mine, she's done that down in the basement too. And a friend of mine said, if she does that, you start snapping pictures or put a video on so you can see. I've never done this before. And there was like a entity on my bed, at the end of my bed, like watching me, and my dog was watching it. And I don't know what it was, and then I saw a tall figure, and I swear I wouldn't make this up, a tall figure on the other side with hands clasped like this. I couldn't see the face, but I could see the hands clasped. And I didn't know what to think. My husband was asleep. I didn't know whether should I wake him up? What's he going to do? And so I got holy water and sage, and I'm doing all this stuff, and you get out of here. And I couldn't sleep all night after that. And then I did it again. And there was orbs when I started spraying. The orbs I've never seen an orb in real life. I've seen them on other people's videos, but they were flying around my room. And I thought, okay, tomorrow we're going to sage this thing. And, wow. But I never had that experience before. I don't know if it's because I'm opening up to spiritual things that more, you know what I mean? Things are coming or trying to connect to me, but it's, I don't know. I just a little bit didn't sleep too good, but it'll be okay.
Yes. No problem. So before we start the show, please don't forget to, of course, like and subscribe and press the bell notification. We really appreciate your support on this channel. And what else was I going to say? Right. So I've got a bit of quick news.
The HoGaLe's. We're waiting.
The Hogan news, I'll be very quick, but it's very exciting. So basically, some of you will know this already because I actually announced it on my Thursday fry-up. But I'm going to be doing a retreat next year, folks. I'm going to be doing a Neo-Vedic astrology retreat. And basically, you guys decide where we all meet up, where we meet in the world. The link to the questionnaire is in the video description below. And I've also put on my social media as well. Those of you that are on my mailing list, you would have got this already. I've had to actually switch off the internet on my phone because my phone has just been going ping, 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 ping with everyone going on the link. Very interesting. I'll announce what the shortlist is soon, but I've already had a sneak peek and I'm like, wow, people have chose some interesting places. So retreat next year, you'll see me, you'll be with me in person. I'll be your host. You choose the location. We'll have a guide and it's going to happen. A week of Vedic astrology, excursions, history, travel, adventure, food, the whole shebang.
I like the food part. I vote for Chicago. I know that's probably out of the question, but I vote for Chicago because I'm in Illinois. I want to beat you.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Maybe one of these days.
Indeed. There'll be more, I'm sure. Right, ladies, are we ready to begin the show?
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay, so this time we're actually going to start off with a UK question this time. And then, of course, we've got the usual. We've got a bit of Nostradamus coming up. Obviously, a bit of Duck L'Orange and the legal system. Going to be talking about Christian Ziegler as well. And I've got some interesting astro news for you guys as well. A very rare event, exceptionally rare event is coming up. And it's worth a mention. Okay, so this question has come in from Ella Zoe. She said, "Hi, Hogarth and ladies. Can you read on a report from The Guardian this week regarding the Sellafield nuclear site in the UK?" And she's quoted here, "Potentially significant consequences have been highlighted with concerns over safety at the crumbling building. Cracks in a reservoir of toxic sludge. And she says here, as well as a danger of cyber attacks." So she'll just like us to read on the Sellafield nuclear plant in the UK, and then we'll do some Nostradamus. The energy, Sellafield nuclear plant, UK. Who's ready to go?
I can.
Go for it.
Above it all, it could cost some money because they're having a message come out about it, and they are, again, wanting to move the storyline. There could be some worry about it. In the past, maybe things have moved a little too quickly. Now it looks like they're looking at new actions. The challenge is who's involved with it and what is being shared. So it looks like they are looking into it, and there is definitely some concern about it. And a big thing, though, is monetary.
Yes, the monetary. Okay.
Cost to fix.
Yeah, a bit concerning, isn't it? Deann, what do you have?
I got the 5 of Cups. I think people are they're looking down, they're worried. They're looking at what could happen, but I feel like they've got, I think they're going to have control of the situation. So they're telling people that they should be brave. They're worried about with the Wheel of Fortune that there's going to be an unexpected event with it. Maybe that they're not, something that is going to happen that they need to take control about, this unexpected event. But I feel like they're going to have some challenges. I don't know what it is, this, because I'm not familiar. There's some challenges that they are working on, but I feel they're going to be working on them, and it's going to be slow. They're going to get, do some things with it, but it'll be slow. But I'm not sure. They're working on the problem, but it's going to be kind of slow, and it's got people worried about it, is what I'm getting.
Yeah. That's what I would see. Just to click on some comments. So Wiki is saying, I was thinking of doing that, Lady G. So, you've got you're inspiring people to go on their adventures. America's a pretty big place. Once upon a time, I went through America in 2019, and I went through 22 states. 22.
That's
wow.
I stayed in 11, but went through 22. And by the time my holiday was finished, I needed another holiday. Yeah, it was just huge.
If I ever hit it rich, that's what I'd want to do, is travel. And I did buy a van, Lady G, so I could do what you're doing. But the problem was it was a short van, and I'm tall, and I have to bend over like this. With too many aches and pains with the fibro. But if I could get a bigger van, I would do that. Maybe someday.
Indeed. Right. So the cards that I've got. So this is quite interesting. So what I get up straight away here is the Six of Cups. Let me make sure. Yeah, the Six of Cups. And this is a card it deals with family. It deals with nostalgia, a sense of security, maybe pining for the past. So what I feel this is talking about, I think this is more to do with the locals. Yeah, the local people. Maybe kind of like thinking, because the thing is, whenever you live near a nuclear power station, there's always that question in the back of your mind, isn't there? What if something should go wrong? So I think this is about people kind of thinking about the past and their families, and thinking like, did we make the right decision or not? If we look here, though, we have the Judgment card. Yeah, just make sure. Yeah, we got the Judgment card. That has come out here, but it's turned up in the obstacle position. So in a way, look, really, also what the Judgment card can talk about as well is what? Big news. Yeah, you have the angel coming out the sky, blowing the trumpet. So obviously people are slightly worried. They're like, is this going to be Armageddon? Yeah. Will the thing leak? Will it go into the water? Yeah. There's all of these kind of questions that people will have. So this is big news, of course, in the local area. It is always in the back of the mind of any person or persons that live near such places. So obviously they're worried about that. However, the Star card does turn up in the middle. So this would suggest there might be a bit of celestial blessing there. Could be a bit of celestial blessing, a bit of protection. Let's hope things don't escalate further. And they're obviously going to have to do the work required to secure the place. Although nuclear obviously doesn't produce CO2, the nuclear waste, of course, is a huge problem. And they don't seem to be able to maintain these places well. But it seems like the universe is providing some protection. The next card, Three of Wands. So look, they're prospecting. They're looking at their options, waiting for the ships to come in. So they've probably had to order in some specialized equipment, I would imagine, some extra insulation stuff. Whatever it is, it probably has to be delivered by boat. And, they're probably monitoring the situation. However, the outcome card is the Death card. Now, we know that the death card doesn't mean literal death, and I certainly hope it doesn't, because if Sellafield blows up, London is sort of downwind. We'll probably just about survive, but maybe our teeth will fall out or something like that. You know what I mean? You just don't know with this stuff. But really, what this is talking about is that they're going to have to revamp everything. I think they're going to have to renew much, if not all, of the site, because obviously they've got issues with the leaking and stuff. So they can see this as a rebirth. And I have a feeling someone in leadership as well, some heads may roll for letting the situation slip.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add to that, ladies?
Maybe that's why I got the delay card, because you said, you were getting that maybe things would have to come from overseas. So it's not going to be a quick fix, like they would like it to be. Sorry, Lady G.
Lady G?
Nope, nothing else.
Okay. Wonderful. No problem. Very thanks for that question, Ella. Very, very interesting. And I didn't know about it until I actually saw the question written, actually. So that was a cold read for me as well. All right, let's have a little chat about Nostradamus. Yeah, we all know Nostradamus and his famous predictions and stuff like that. So this question is actually a very interesting one. And then we're going to look at what we're going to look at after that. We've got a USA question after that. All right. So this is coming from Manuela Orchid. So thank you so much for your question. So she says, hello, dear Hoagie and ladies. Oh, I hear you. We knew there was stuff. It's me, darlings. You know my voice by now, don't you? All right.
Come here. Come here. No, there's nothing to bark out there.
Might have
like
to,
kids.
Have to pull the blinds down. Yeah, might have to pull the blinds down. So she's Manuela Orchid is asking, I would love to know if the war between Israel and Palestine ends with an escalation or an agreement. Because was it not Nostradamus who said the Third World War starts because of a conflict in the Middle East? Thank you. Much love from Munich, Germany. So quite an ominous question, but let's pull on it. Let's see what the energies are.
Okay. So how are we asking it again? Is it going to be an agreement made?
Is there going to be an agreement, or is there going to be an escalation? So we're hoping perhaps for peaceful cards, aren't we? Oh, hello, darling. See the tail's wagging now. I just wanted to join in. So which one's that, Lady G? I don't know their faces yet.
Yeah, that's Mickey. He's
Mickey.
the tough one. Yeah, Mickey Mick.
Hello, Mickey Mick. Do you know what? I'm used to it though, Lady G. When I do consultations for my clients, the pets come to listen as well. Cats especially, they adore astrology. Even birds. One of my clients actually has birds, and the birds come and land on her shoulder while I'm doing the consultation. Oh, now they're both getting stuck in.
If he sees anybody out there, he barks. Hey, it's okay. They can be there. They have every right to be there. Quit, troublemaker. Stop, Mickey. Mickey.
Who's ready to go? If no one's ready, I can go if no one's ready. Ooh. Who's ready to go?
I can. Oh, you go ahead.
Want to go, Deann? Go ahead.
Well, I just got the strength card. You know, there's a lot of courage that's having to go on between these people on both sides. It's the civilians that are getting hurt. It's not the people that start these wars. It's the children and the women and the innocent people. And so they're trying to be courageous. They're hoping this is going to work both sides. But I feel like people are getting with the Queen of Pentacles. People are getting impatient. It's just too much. You know, there's just too much on both sides. And so there's a lot of impatience. There's a lot of people saying, we need to do something. Were we going to stop this, or we need to make an agreement? They need to make a decision. I feel like, you know, they're talking about, this is partnership. So they could be trying to make agreements. There could be trying to be partnerships, but at the end of it, I got the Tower. There's going to be probably some more, there's going to be some more destruction. There's going to be, before that happens, I think there's going to be some more destruction, because there's delays and there's hesitancy, because Israel's worried that if they stop, that, you know what I mean, they're going to bomb them, or they're worried. They're both sides, you know, are worried about themselves. There's just delays. And I think there's delays on us knowing what to do too. Like I said, with Biden, with this situation, he's darned if he does and darned if he don't, you know, on both sides. So it's a sticky situation, but I think there's going to be some more, I hate to say it, violence before an agreement's made.
Lady G,
better.
what do you have?
Well, what we have above it is the future, about the future and the communities. So going into it, at the center is the families, and you know, again, all of the still the action that's going forward that they continue to do. In the past, I think things just boiled over with the emotions, and so what we have now is what they're sharing, which is not on a good level. The challenge is what's coming down and that unhappiness with it. And the death card, is it going to be that we're going to end it and get wise, or is it going into more destruction? That could go either way. You know, they're double-edged swords. Yeah.
I was getting the same vibe. It's a tricky one and interesting cards. My cards seem to be a blend of both of yours. If we look here, the first card I get, isn't it appropriate? Look, it's the Five of Swords, which is talking about what an abuse of power, conflict. And it's in a way, what this card also talks about as well is a conflict that's so vicious and violent that other people actually just start walking away. And I think this is talking about a lot about the situation, because obviously people have picked sides, but obviously some people have got family on either side of the debate. But there is a lot of talk now about the response. I mean, if you just look at Gaza, I mean, just it really does look like a hole in the ground and a steaming ashtray. So what I'm understanding, even within Israel, in terms of questions about Netanyahu, there are a lot of people that are starting to ask questions about him. And I was reading one source, and Lena also backed me up on this as well, but details have emerged which say that Israeli intelligence, Netanyahu, they're saying, may have known about this attack a year in advance, and it was ignored. I mean, that is just, words can't even begin to describe. If we look in the obstacle position here, it is the Ace of Cups. Now, normally, of course, this is a nice card, which is talking about joy and abundance and fulfillment, but this is technically an obstacle position. I think this is, we interpret it this way, it's talking about what? The sheer heartache, the overwhelming emotions of the whole situation. It's just so incredibly difficult, isn't it? It's shaken the whole world. I too, look what I get in the middle. I get the Death card as well. And look, that's the second time that this is the second pull, and I've already got it back again. So as we know, we know in this case, it does mean literal death in this sense, because so many people have died already, but mainly Palestinians, as we know. I think it's over 10,000 now, and I think about 6,000 of them are children or something like that, which is just horrific. Yeah. But there is the Death card, though. Within the Death card, there is the hope of renewal as well. So let's hope the more positive connotations of this card can actually come out. When we look here, I mean, look, you can see it again. Three of Swords, the heartache, the pain, the emotion is coming through straight through because of all the bloodshed, all of the pain. However, my outcome card is the Six of Pentacles. So here you see the benefactor generously handing out money. So what I'm hoping is this, I hope this could mean some kind of peace deal. And maybe there might have to be some kind of compensation or monies, or do you know what I mean? Rebuilding. So I'm hoping it's going to be more in that way. Anything to add to that, ladies?
Well, for entertainment purposes only, I just want to say I did my pendulum mat on it, and I'm getting that this could be over in March, and I was getting that Netanyahu's going to be taken out. They're gonna want him out because of this, because like you said, he should have known, you know, and there's questions about him. Yeah, I feel he did too. Yeah, and so they're going to want him out. But I think around March. I wish sooner, but that's what I'm getting.
Yeah, we'll have to see. We've got some hellos here as well. A great picture there from Kathleen. She's saying, hello, y'all. Julie's saying, yes, retreat, I'm in. Fabulous. Someone's saying, Sharon's saying, tap the like button, please. Thank you. Yes, please do. And let's see who's. Oh, and someone was asking as well, Deann, about the entity at the end of your bed.
Yes.
They were asking, did it feel benign or did it feel oh, here we are. Look, so Carly's asked, maybe this being has a message for you. So you'll have to see how that goes potentially.
This is my first experience, you know, having something like this. So I really didn't know what to think, but I said, I'm grateful that I have all you guys. I have all these psychic friends that I can talk to or tell, you know, but yeah, at least Sadie, she's watching out for me. I know that, and she'll tell me.
Indeed. Know. All right. Are we ready for the next question?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Yep. Now, this is actually a question that is actually from a few HoGaLe's back. And, you know, when because I organize the question in questions in numerical order, then sometimes things happen and you know, we don't get a chance to get to the question. So I think this question has been missed 3 times. And I'm just like, it must be done this time. So Cynthia Graham has asked, now this is an interesting one. She said, will the USA have a repeat of the Newark, New Jersey 1967 riots? And she's saying that energies are a bit challenging at the moment in the tri-states in the USA. So let's look at that, because as we know, Duc L'Orange is sweating. He's under pressure. He's now gone full fat fascist. Yeah. I mean, there's no denial about it. And he's obviously trying his best to raise violence. So let's just read on the energies of that.
Well, he has no defense. So that's what he can do, either violence or try to get a pass and say, I'm immune from everything.
You're right. So New Jersey, Newark, New Jersey, 1967 riots, asking about the energies about that. Hopefully we get calm and placid cards. Let's see. Good question, though, because he's going to try, Duc L'Orange. Interesting. Who's ready to go?
I can go.
Go for it,
above it, we have the churchiology and changing the storyline. Now, I think this has to do with the evangelical stuff. At the center of it, we have, of course, the pain that's going on when it comes to the bid for the White House.
Yeah.
What's happening. In the past, we have the choices made that they were walking, but now they feel a bit tied up. Things aren't going so well because the challenge is, guess who pops up? But there will be a victory, and I don't see that as a victory for him, but a victory for the Democrats, and that should aid some of this conflict in the end.
Fingers crossed.
Some of the churches, some of the churchiology that was supportive Trump has now turned on him as well.
Really?
Yeah. Some of the evangelicals are kind of turning their back on him now.
He said negative things about them now too.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I mean, they should, because, like I said, he's gone full fat fascist now. There's no ambiguity there. There's no fig leaf anymore that they can hide in. If you're going for Trump, you're going for fascism. It's as simple as that, really, isn't it?
I mean, I don't even know how they ever called him the Orange Jesus and how they put him on a pedestal, because he's 180 degrees away from whatever Christ was teaching. I mean, you know.
Exactly. Everything opposite. I think the 10 Commandments to him are a to-do list, you know? Number 1, steal. Number 2, lie. I don't think these things do not do.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Oh, brilliant. Well, what do you have? Yeah.
Okay, I got the High Priestess. I'm not sure how to take this. It could be that they know already. They know what he's up to. The judges know, the police, the FBI, the CIA, they all know he's done it on January 6th. And so I feel like they're secretly watching him because they know that because of, well, the devil, his obsessive people that are obsessed with Trump, they, not all of them, but there are a few that will go out and maybe try to do something that are going to try to cause some disharmony and some conflict.
Yes.
But they're trying to figure out what to do, kind of a balance on how do we do this. And he's a presidential candidate, and so they're trying to figure how to do this the best way. That's why he's gotten away with more than any of us ever would. We would have been held in contempt of court long ago. So that it's been kind of a balancing act. But I think they're going to figure it out. They're going to get clarity and figure out if he does try to do something, they're going to figure out what he's going to do. They're going to find out the truth. And I think they will come forward. And but this could be them coming forward and trying to help. But I also feel it could be there are some of his people that will come forward and want to fight that are going to be rash. I feel more of it's like that because I do see at the end there's going to be some heartbreak. But I don't think that he's going to have, it's not going to be a lot of people. I don't think it's going to be a big thing. I think it's going to be maybe a few people like this person and that person. It's going to be to scare us. It's going to be able to scare people. Look what I can do. You better drop these charges. I can start violence. But I think like Lady G said, enough are dropping away from him. It's not going to be anything great big. So that's what I feel.
Very interesting. Very interesting. And I like that one where Trump sees the 10 commandments as a to-do list. That is hilarious. But you're right. It's right. The energy. This is really interesting because, of course, the question from Cynthia will the US have a repeat of the New Jersey 1967 riots, and talking about the energies. And as we know, there are certain cards that come up for Duck Larange. Yeah, the star, the shadow, he can be the shadow of that, or we get the emperor or the devil. Another one, of course, can be the King of Pentacles. So isn't that interesting? Because, of course, he sees himself as the money man. So if we look here, Trump has turned up straight away. Yeah. So here he is sitting there smug, trying to plot how he can keep his you-know-what out of jail. Yeah. However, if we look here in the obstacle position, we have the Queen of Cups. Now, normally this is actually quite a nice card, but as we know, when it comes to the politics and stuff, and as Lady G would say, what is in the crucible of abominations? Yeah. But you know what? I have a feeling this is the church, because let's not forget, cups deal with what? Emotions and spirituality. And I think the church is starting to look a little bit more critically at Duck Larange, and they're really starting to consider what kind of message they want to put out there coming forward. While he had the fig leaf or the frisson of the suggestion of fascism, they could justify it. But now he's come out full fat fascism, with just basically laying it out. I'm going to lock people up. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Really, as the church, can you really support a candidate like that who is nakedly saying, I'm going to be fascist and I'm not going to leave? Do you know what I mean? It's, how can anyone support that? Anyway, if we look here, the next card in the middle, anchoring the whole reading, is the World card. So we know that's what endings and beginnings and endings. Could this be the end cycle that we're finally getting into right now? Also, as well, the media needs to start making choices. How much are they going to keep amplifying every single word Trump says? At some point, this, I'm not saying they shouldn't report on him, but this every iota, every time he's outside of court, blah, 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 just show a little bit. Do you know what I mean? I think the cycle of this has to come to an end. I know it makes them a lot of money. because he's clickbait, but they really need to ask themselves, how much more can we keep amplifying this man's message? You know, they just repeat everything he says. Anyway, if we look here, yes, there might be a little, with the Knight of Wands, we might have some passion. We might have a little bit of insurgency. Yeah, Duc Larange is going to try his best. I reckon at max, he might be able to get, you know, maybe 100 people or less. You know, they might just rave around and smash a few windows and stuff like that, because they know what are the consequences of following this guy. You know, you end up in prison. Yeah. And the outcome of that, you know, if they do try anything, is going to be what? Upset and heartbreak. So I think it's only the cray-cray of the cray-cray that are really going to go out there and follow Trump to violence. The authorities will be ready, and they're basically going to go straight to prison. Why do that to yourself? It's not worth it.
That was good. I think you're right too, Hogarth. Every word he says, every breath it's on there. Fear, 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 fear. They just put out, you know, and I wish that they would show more positive things Biden's done. They don't say anything about all the good things he's done. It's just, you know, and then they're going after his son to get to him. It's a mess, but the media needs to stop. And I agree with you a little bit.
Yeah. And apparently, Biden's Bidenomics has actually starting to work really well. They're saying now, I didn't even know this, I only found this out today. They said he's created more jobs than the last 3 Republican presidents put together.
Yes.
10 times as much as all of their contributions put together. There's all this and that happening. You remember there was all the doom and gloom, and I was thinking, I mean, it's very interesting. I do think the economy is going to change next year, but there are some very positive numbers, and it's hardly reported. That's the media as well. So,
yes,
you know. Anyway, are we ready for a little bit of astro news, and then we'll carry on? All right, so this is a quick bit of astro news. Now, there is a very famous star called Betelgeuse, which will basically is briefly going to vanish in the night sky on Monday, because a once in a lifetime event is going to happen, which is that the asteroid Leona is going to pass exactly over Betelgeuse and basically dim its light. The chances of this happening are like infinitesimal. So it's a once in a lifetime event. And so Betelgeuse has been flickering for a while, and they're worried if it's going to explode. But I just thought I'd share a little thing here. This is from Bernadette Brady. And this is where I do a lot of my research as well on the fixed stars and stuff like that. So I wanted to get your thoughts, ladies, and maybe we could just pull some cards on what this could potentially mean for humanity, because it is very interesting. But this is what the ancient has to say. So Ptolemy states that the stars of and near Orion's shoulders are like Mars and Mercury. Mars is a planet of war. Mercury deals with communication and business. Robson states that it links it to martial honor. Isn't that interesting? And Emberton talks of luck, success, and everlasting fame. And also as well, this guy called Rieger agrees and adds rashness and changeability. So could that have some kind of impact on what's going on in Ukraine and maybe Gaza? Because this star does have connotations of war. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Should we do a full pull or one card? I don't know. It feels like a one card.
Let's do a one card pull. I think it's a one card. Let's do a one card
pull.
How
should we ask this question, Hogarth? How exactly are you going to ask it?
I would say, what potential impact will the occultation of the star mean for humanity? Occultation means obscured. So what does it mean for humanity to have Betelgeuse obscured? There we go.
That's better, Jack.
What does it mean for humanity? Because it's a once in a lifetime. We will never see it again. What does this occultation of Betelgeuse mean? What will it mean? All right, one card pull. Are we all ready?
Yep. But I don't understand it, but you go ahead. See if I can.
Oh no, we're going to reveal together, Deann. So we have the card like this, and then we're going to reveal. Not to worry. After 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, very interesting. All right, Deann, how do you interpret your card? You've got the Hierophant.
Well, this can be knowledge and beliefs and things, but I cannot for the life of me figure out how the Hierophant it comes with this. Can you guys figure out? What would you think?
Well, it was so this is about the question about what will it mean for humanity. So, the Hierophant, of course, can deal with what? Ancient wisdom, higher knowledge, all of that stuff. Maybe there's a spiritual element there.
Sage wisdom. Yeah, sage wisdom coming forward.
Thank you. I had a blank on that one.
Lady G?
Yeah, with mine, it shows that it's coming from afar and it's actually starting to move now. So it is in the process of moving.
But what's I mean, the star is fixed, but what's moving? Do you mean the asteroid?
The sage advice and all of this stuff is coming in now. It's moving for the planet, not the star itself, but what's it doing here? I
see. In connection with Deann's card. Well, look here. Well, this looks pretty mixed, isn't it? Because I think both of your cards are quite positive, but I've got the devil. Yeah. So what that says to me is, looking at your cards, it could be mixed fortunes. I think there will be ascension and more people will be waking up, say like with Deann's card, becoming more knowledgeable, more spiritual. I think people anticipate something, just like with Lady G's card. But I think there are some, we might see dark machinations revealed. Because when a star is obscured, something can come out of the dark. It's like an eclipse. So I think we could have some real sensational surprises about certain dark things going on in the world.
I think it's, both sage advice for light or for dark. I think it's polarized and more of it's coming forward in either direction.
Because Betelgeuse does have a mixed energy. It can deal with victory and honors, but it can deal with rashness as well. There can be a bit of cruelty associated with the star Betelgeuse. So I think it's a mixed, but either way, I think it's a portent for humanity. Wow. Oh, love that. All right. Are we ready for the next question?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So now this one, we need to talk about Christian Ziegler. Do you guys know about this guy? Shall I give you a little bit of background? All right, I'm going to give you a little spiel. I'll be quick. So Christian Ziegler is the chair of the Florida Republican Party. And this is a story, that broke up. This incident was said to have happened around the 2nd of October. Anyway, I'll read on. So Christian Ziegler, chair of the Florida Republican Party, is accused of rape and battery by the woman he and his wife had threesomes with.
Yeah.
I mean,
isn't
it interesting?
I read about that.
Right? There's going to be a lot of stuff coming out. Anyway, the wife, who's called Bridget, so Bridget Ziegler, is also a co-founder of Moms for Liberty.
Don't you love it?
Yes.
Isn't that interesting? And they've been leading this nationwide campaign to ban books on this, that, and the other, and gender topics or Black history or whatever it is that they want to ban. So isn't that interesting? And the question here is, what are the consequences of this for the GOP in the minds of conservative Floridians? Who say that they stand a lot for family values. So what kind of impact will this have on the GOP in Florida?
Yeah, they were having a threesome, and then what happened is he went over to called her and said, you know what, she can't make it, come on over. And the girl said, you know what, I just am interested in her anyway, not you. And so he went over to her house and had his way with her. And that's how the police got involved. And yeah,
Wow.
and they are so much in banning books, and they have been bullying gay people.
You
But
see,
yet
they're
they
so
do.
hypocritical, aren't they? They're
Hypocritical,
so,
yeah.
these GOP, whatever they're accusing everyone else of, they're doing it themselves. That's basically what it is. Anyway, let's see what the cards are. Horrible story, isn't it? But you know, this stuff has to come out, and it will come out more, unfortunately. What impact will this have on the GOP in Florida? The GOP in Florida. Who's ready to go? And I'll click up on.
I can.
Go for it, Lady G.
We have the message with the foundation of it's a jungle out there. Okay. So at the center, we have trying to get away with it, but it's crossed by, we're going to repress this. In the past, they've always talked about justice and, the right way. But now with this, they are charging forward with it. The challenge is this mindset that they've got. And the outcome is they see this as an abuse of power. So it's not going to bode well for them. I think people are going to say enough of that, that it's hypocrites. They're absolute hypocrites.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing the very thing that they accuse others of and pointing the finger at. So it's like, no.
Yeah. Wow.
I got the Chariot in reverse. This can stand for not being able to move forward with what they're doing because of his it also can stand for poor self-control. They had poor self-control and they cannot move forward in what they're doing. This is going to, this is shattered dreams. He's going to be unhappy. It's really going to affect everything that they built. With this, whatever this thing is, this banning books, all that, I think it's going to hurt them. I got that. Let's see. This is the Devil in reverse. I think that some people, because of this, are going to detach from what is it called? Mothers of whatever, Yeah, they're going to detach from this. Because it showed people that they, what a hypocrite, and how these rules are for thee, but not for me. They're telling other people how to live, but they're not living by it. So I think a lot of people are going to detach from that because it's a revelation to them. And then I got the Hermit in reverse, feeling lost, and they didn't see, this is looking and seeing. I don't think that they didn't see what these people were doing. I don't know. They're going to be depressed. I think they're going to lose a lot of people that they had before in this mothers of whatever group because it's so not Christian.
Oh, it just makes you shudder, isn't it? Like when I process it in my mind, when I think what they were presenting to the outside world, holier than thou, moms for liberty, and standing there, we're going to be there with our righteousness. And then you've got, basically rape and pillage and threesomes and all that kind of stuff. And they're telling everyone else what to do, where they're living their life like that. I mean, it's just like, I just find it absolutely outrageous. I'll read my cards in a second. But I'm just going to read, click on some of the comments here. What's it? Oh, so here, Nancy's saying, many women RV, Lady G being a bet has funds. I'm not sure if I quite understand that, but I think she's saying women are jumping in their AVs and going out and being, adventurous. Oh, someone here says, Strawberry Rhubarb Tarot says, I'm almost 70 and I still travel motorcycle camping to see the country. And so you should. Good for you. America is ginormous and it is gorgeous. So much of it is beautiful. And then Teresa says, my cat is not into camping. Oops. Oh, well, never mind. Cats do like their comforts. Okay, so what did I get in terms of
the mothers of liberty? I get the same feeling with them as I get with the pedophile priests that are supposed to be standing for Jesus, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought the same thing, Lady G.
Same feeling.
It's really unseemly, isn't it? It's really unseemly. Just really, I mean, they can do whatever they want in their private life, but you can't go around sexually assaulting people. You know, it's just like, come on, and you're supposed to be standing. Oh, it's outrageous. Anyway, so what did I get? I got the 3 of Pentacles. So, of course, it is so interesting because really for me, when it comes to the GOP, particularly these people, this is about the scheming and collaboration. And he's actually made a lot of excuses, actually. One of the excuses he's made, he's like, well, Trump has done his thing, so why are you guys being so bad against me? And you're just thinking like what? Like, wow, just extraordinary. So here we see what collusion, we see collaboration. I think this is also as well, this is talking about the husband and the wife and their kind of collusion with their message, and we're going to put this out, we're going to ban all of these books, you know, this is them. And look, isn't it interesting? There are literally what, 3 people on this card. You know, sometimes the, you know, spirit can be quite literal. I won't elaborate any further, but 3 people on the card. If we look here, look, we see the aggression. This is a real cat amongst the pigeons, as they would say. The local GOP would be in turmoil, and I think this has thrown a whole new light on this dreadful campaign that they've had of this book banning. And you know, in 2023, did we ever think that we would see the day in a Western developed country of banning books and stuff? They may as well create a bonfire and start throwing them on there. Probably throw Kindles and digital books on there as well. They're just so bonkers. When we look in the middle, look at this, the card we often get for the GOP. But look, it's the happy family, literally in reverse. So I think these revelations, are going to be devastating, because there would have been so many families, because this is Moms for Liberty and all this kind of stuff. We've got the values, and everyone's like, couldn't be anything less. And this is in the middle. So I think that's really clear. I think this is going to affect the GOP's run for the White House. Because sometimes I see this as the White House, but look, it's also what the 4 of Wands is also about, what home, stability, family and stuff like that. But the card next to it is reversed. So you can see it's turned a lot of things upside down. A lot of people have had to reevaluate their thoughts. And then if we look here, people are in 2 minds. They're not sure what to do anymore. So I think that campaign is, of course, in disarray. If they've got any sense, should just make a quiet withdrawal and just get out of Dodge and exit stage left. But I think within the electorate and the GOP, I think they're very torn, and they're not wanting to really see and embrace the full reality of what this means.
Yep. Yeah. And I think I feel he's going to jail. His wife's going to leave him, I feel. And the GOP, they're just looking more and more like a clown show. They're looking more and more bad. You know, I mean, I don't see anything good about them that anybody could see or say. They're doing nothing but fight with each other.
Yeah. People were saying the Bard. Let's see what the Bard thinks of the Moms of Liberty.
Oh, yes. Of course. Forgive. How could I forget? I was thinking
some of the Bard here.
Let's see what the Bard has to say about
good idea.
Moms of Liberty, and we'll see what he has to say about the husband as well. Yeah. So let's see. What does he have to say? So who should we have? Deann? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So Deann, so what you need to do, you just need to tell me when to stop. I'm going to flick through the pages, and that will be the Bard's view on the Moms of Liberty, and then we'll read on the husband. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Stop.
You tell me when to stop. Oh. Oh. So this is really interesting. So this is from Coriolanus. I can never say it quite right. So the bard says, your wit will not so soon out as another man's will. 'Tis strong wedged up in a blockhead.
They're blockheads, all right.
Right. Let's digest that. So this is talking about the Moms of Liberty. Yeah. The Moms of Liberty. So your wit, which of course is intelligence, will not so soon out as another man's will. 'Tis strong wedged up in a blockhead. So basically Shakespeare's saying stupid people, blockheads, to believe this rubbish. And then the next page it says, and this is from Troilus and Cressida, it says, thou hast no more brain than I have in my elbow.
I like that one. That
It's stupid. Yeah, it's dumb. And they're trying to cause what? Ignorance. So shall we see what Shakespeare thinks about the husband? What do you reckon?
Yes,
Yeah?
yes.
All right. So Lady G, this will be you telling me to stop on this one. So I'll flip backwards and forwards and you tell me where to stop.
Stop.
Oh, so here, this is really simple. It's 12th night. It says, you are not worth another word. Wow. You are not worth another word. Simple as that.
Sounds like Trump too. Not worth another word.
Yeah, I think that's, not worth another word. The bard is just like, gone.
Yeah, be done with him.
Yeah. Wow. Well, that was a good request. Thank you guys for reminding me on the bard. Right. Let's do question number 6, and that's probably going to bring us to a close. And this is a duck l'orange and legal system question. I think it's very pertinent. So she says, so Sarah Ellis says, hi, Hogarth and ladies. Is there a hidden strategy going on that we will understand later? Or is the justice system in the US too tolerant of a former president? How interesting.
And what was the first part? Is there a what now? Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
So, is there a hidden strategy going on that we will understand later, or is the justice system in the US too tolerant of a former president, which of course is Trump? Interesting question. I am starting to wonder, I must say, a little. He should so be in jail, totally in custody, only let out for his prison cases, for his court cases, in my opinion. Duck l'orange. Court system. And there's over 1,400 of you here this evening with us. So thank you guys so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Thank you. Who's ready to go?
You go ahead, if you are, lady.
Okay, I'll go. At the center of it, we have these are the women prosecutors. And above it, of course, we have 45. And the message underneath of it is coming forward, what they've got going in hand. And what's crossing it is this is moving forward. In the past, we have all the history of the stuff he's done. And right now we see the fly in the ointment, all of his drama. The challenge is, again, are women that are prosecutors, and the outcome is the dark knowledge of things that he's done is coming forward. So I think, yes, they do have a plan. They are working on it and bringing it forward. Okay. But it just takes time to get this all sorted out and brought to the surface. But the women are definitely working on it.
That's a more positive message, isn't it? Deann, what do you have?
Well, mine's a little bit different, and maybe I'm reading this, wrong, but I get that they are, with the ones, they're overburdened with Trump. He's a burden to them. I think that he has caused a lot of chaos in the Republican Party and made him look really, really bad. And I feel like they feel that he is with the what is this? The Page of Pentacles. He's irresponsible. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's young. Young in as far as in his experience. He just doesn't. They want to get rid of him. I think that he's an obstacle to them. I think that, but they don't know how to get rid of him because of the MAGA base. They're stuck with him almost. And they don't want to cause conflict either. This can be for conflict. They don't want to cause conflict. I think that they know things have to change, but I think sometimes they want to change us back to the 1940s. But I think if there is a plan, that would be what it would be, is to put us back into the to where women knew their place and the white rich man was in charge, and they are in charge. They don't really want democracy, so they would like to change it to that. But I think he is not the one that they want to do that, but he's the one they're stuck with. I get that they're going to have to say goodbye to him and let go, because he's done nothing but cause chaos. But like I said, they're selfish. They're thinking of the money. And so it's all about the money, worried about the MAGA party, but they really would rather have somebody else, but they feel almost stuck with him.
You're reading it from the Republican.
Yes, I was.
Rather than the law. What's going on with the law? The lawyers.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I read it from the Republican.
Well, yeah, not twice. Still valid.
It makes sense because we got the wheel is turning and this is coming forward. Absolutely.
Yeah, I was reading it from the Republicans' point of view. With the law, I think the law is what are they wanting to? You want to know if they want to take him down? I think with the law, they are giving him a lot more leeway. They are. They absolutely are, because they are. They have to weigh that with the public. He has so much sway with the public. He can cause so much trouble. So with the law, he gets passes way more than he should.
Indeed,
but the Republicans want him gone.
Yeah. I'll read my cards just quickly because we're coming up to time. I just want to say some thank yous. So thank you, Tribal Woman, for your donation. That is amazing. Thank you, Foggy Ozark. Thank you as well to Carol, and thank you as well to Ernie's mom. We really appreciate the support. So, and that of course will be shared with the ladies as well. So, all right. So the cards that I've got here is there something going on with the judiciary? Is there a plan, etc., and stuff like that? I get, look, the Six of Cups. Let me make sure we've got the Six of Cups is back again. So what is this talking about? This is talking about nostalgia. This is talking about the past. So again, it kind of echoes. There are a lot of people out there, and we've seen there are plenty of the judiciary who've obviously been helping Duck L'Orange as well, that want to go back to some nostalgic past. They're in love with this idea of everything being like you said, 1940s, 1950s, everyone knew their place, everyone was controlled and blah, 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 and all this kind of stuff. But if we look here, we've got the devil. Yeah. So the devil makes another entrance. And we know that this is Duck L'Orange. Yeah. This is Trump causing all of this chaos. But let's not forget, the devil is also about unhealthy attachments. Yeah. Obviously, you've got the main judiciary who's trying to bring their things forward. You've got Fani Willis, you've got all these people and stuff like that. But then you have these judges also making these strange excuses for Trump as well, interpreting the law in quite interesting ways, because there's also Judge Cannon as well, who some people call loose cannon, who's also doing her Michigos and her work. So I think it's a mixed bag, because obviously if the judiciary were completely unified, he would be in jail already. There's all of this equivocation. If we look here, this time the Ace of Cups has turned up reversed. Yeah, so this is caused, you know, it's the opposite of harmony and relationships. There's so much bad blood, bitterness, sourness that this has caused. Here, though, we do get a victory card. So if we're talking about the judiciary, I do think, yes, there will be a victory card. There will be a victory. However, the outcome, it will lead to people having to defend their positions. And I think basically because of the MAGA base. So I think it is a mixed bag. I hope, you know, I think justice is going to win out in the end, but he does have a lot of helpers within Supreme Court, you know, we've seen already. But anything to add to that, ladies, before we close, because we are over?
No.
Right. Amazing. Perfect.
And just,
well, as you can see, the sun has managed to...
I've got the message here. Love life.
Love
Indeed. Indeed. Indeed, that's the important thing to remember. And that's, you know, at the end of the day, this is all a process, folks. It really is a process. Yes, it's kind of scary stuff right now, but let's keep the faith. Let's keep going, keep that positive energy going as well. And I just want to thank everyone as well for joining us this evening. I want to thank Deann for hopping in at the last minute. Great job. Great job. No problem. A pleasure. And we will see you, of course. We'll see you all next week. We'll be back at the usual time. Thank you, everyone, as well, who contributed in the comments, who donated. And whoever's interested, of course, in my retreats, click on the link in the description or read my newsletter. Thank you so much, everyone. We will see you next week. It is a pleasure, as always. And, of course, the Bard was absolutely on, as always, wasn't he? So bye-bye for now, everyone, and we'll see you next week. Big love. Bye-bye.